Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It's October 21st, 2022 and Gavi has picked up one more award. Also, Ruben Neves has made it very clear on what he hopes his future plans are, and La Liga clubs are currently threatening to go on strike in protest against the Super League. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we'll begin with the news that Barcelona defeated Villarreal 3-0 yesterday at the Spotify Camp Nou in a display of high intensity. Now I have created a separate video reviewing that match because otherwise this video would have been too long, so make sure you check out my post-match analysis. Now prior to the match, Alexia Putellas, Gavi and Robert Lewandowski were all able to display their trophies at the Spotify Camp Nou, with Alexia Putellas parading her second Ballon d'Or, Gavi showing off his Copa trophy for being the best player under the age of 21, and Lewandowski showing off his Gerd Müller trophy for being the top scorer last season, combining both club and international goals. Now speaking of awards, Gavi has been named the Golden Boy for being the best player under the age of 21. Now the Golden Boy award is given out by the Italian newspaper Tuttosport and it's chosen by a group of journalists all across Europe who vote for their favorite player. Now once again, Gavi was able to beat Real Madrid's Eduardo Camavinga, Bayern Munich's Jamal Musiala, and Dortmund's Jude Bellingham in order to claim this award. Now other Barcelona players who were nominated for the Golden Boy are Pedri, Ansu Fati, and Nico Gonzalez, and Alejandro Balde was also nominated for this award. However, he didn't make the final cut. Now Gavi is following in Pedri's footsteps, who won both the Copa Trophy and Golden Boy awards last year, and now Gavi has also won both trophies this year. Now the Golden Boy award was established in 2003, and ever since, three Barcelona players have been able to win this award, including Gavi, Pedri, and Lionel Messi. Now before we continue with the news, if you're currently enjoying the content of this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. It would go a long way in helping the small and humble channel continue to grow. Now on to the news that Ruben Neves has made it very clear on what he hopes his future plans are. Now as I reported in yesterday's video, which I will leave the link for down below in the description in case you want to check it out, Barcelona are looking to sign a substitute for Sergio Busquets in the winter transfer market. Now one of the names that's been heavily linked with Barcelona is Ruben Neves, who's currently playing at Wolverhampton, and his contract is due to expire with the Premier League club in 2024. Now it's reported that the Portuguese midfielder does not want to renew his contract with the Premier League club, and as a result, his agent Jorge Mendes has begun working on trying to get the player out of that club. Now during an interview, Ruben Neves was asked about his possibility of joining Barcelona, and he said, "Who wouldn't want to play for Barcelona? If you ask in general, all the players want to play for Barca, one of the best clubs in the world. It's a privilege for me to be associated with this team. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to focus as much as possible here because we have a lot of competition. I have to focus as much as possible on Wolves. Having a good season here, things will come very naturally." Now Ruben Neves seems to be keen on coming to Barcelona. However, after Frenkie de Jong's display in yesterday's match, we're gonna have to see whether the club are still gonna look for a substitute for Sergio Busquets in the winter transfer market. Now as I've discussed many times before, there have been several bad refereeing calls in Barcelona's matches. In fact, Barcelona have not been awarded a single penalty this season, and as a result, it's reported that the club have compiled a detailed report of all the bad referee calls that have been leveled against Barcelona and VAR's refusal to intervene, and the club are considering submitting that report in the future to La Liga so the Spanish league can reevaluate how they're training the referees and how the referees are applying the football regulations. Now speaking of La Liga, it's reported that La Liga clubs are currently considering going on strike in protest against the formation of the Super League. Now the Super League was initially established by 12 founding clubs, which are Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico de Madrid. And the idea was to have a seasonal league with 20 teams, composed of 20 teams, 12 of them being the founding clubs and 8 others who get to qualify. However, this league received a lot of opposition from FIFA and UEFA, and after a lot of pressure from UEFA with the threat of dropping teams out of the Champions League, all the founding clubs withdrew except for Barcelona, Juventus, and Real Madrid, who are still supporting the formation of this league. Now, the Super League is currently involved in litigation to see whether UEFA has a monopoly over football in Europe, and if the court says that no, then the Super League are hoping to launch pretty soon. Now, the Super League have hired a new CEO so he can continue working on this project, and if they do receive a favorable court ruling, it's expected that they could launch in 3 years. Now, in Spain, they were planning to pass a sporting law at the end of this year, and an amendment was attached to this law that would have given La Liga and the Spanish Football Federation the power to revoke the license of any team that joins another league that's not recognized by the footballing governing body. So in other words, if Barcelona and Real Madrid join a Super League, with this amendment, La Liga and the Spanish Football Federation would have had the power to revoke the licenses of both Barcelona and Real Madrid. Now, this amendment was scrapped out of the law at the last moment, reportedly due to pressure from Barcelona and Real Madrid. And as a result, La Liga clubs have threatened to go on strike if there's no agreement reached. Now, the La Liga's president, Javier Tebas, has called for an extraordinary meeting on October 27 to try to reach an agreement with a lot of these clubs. But these clubs are adamant that if an agreement is not reached, that they are going on strike. Now, we will end today's video with the news that Ronald Araujo has been included in Uruguay's provisional squad for the 2022 Qatar World Cup. Now, today, October 21st, was the deadline for all teams to submit their provisional squad list composed of 35 to 55 players, and Uruguay have included Ronald Araujo in their provisional squad. Now, Ronald Araujo picked up an injury over the international break, and as a result, he underwent surgery on September 28th on his adductor muscle in his right thigh in Finland, and it's not clear when Ronald Araujo is gonna be able to come back. However, Uruguay are saving a spot on their team for the Uruguayan defender in hopes that he can be ready for the World Cup. Now, Uruguay is due to play their debut against South Korea on November 24th, and it's not clear whether Ronald Araujo is gonna be ready by that date because that's only 4 days shy of 2 months since he had his surgery. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and as always, Visca Barça.